Do you guys want the best recording settings for Minecraft 1.8? Well, if so, you've come to the right place, because in this video, I will be showing you the very best Minecraft exporting and render settings to make your recordings look insanely smooth. So yeah, hope you enjoy the video. Alright, so there's not much in this video in terms of Minecraft settings, but there are some that will improve your recordings. I also made a whole nother video on how to optimize your Minecraft settings for FPS, so go check that out. Link will be in the description or in the top right, either one. So for your settings, if you want to get a good recording, what you want to do is go to your performance, make sure you have all this on except for smooth FPS and smooth world. And if you're using shaders, turn fast render off, but if you are not using shaders, turn it on. And if you are using shaders, make sure your lunar lighting mod is off. You just go to this and you search up lighting and then disable this. And then if you go to your shaders, you can just enable whatever. I recommend Silder's basic shaders, either fast or fancy, either one. It doesn't really matter. There's not a huge difference. And if you have a very low end PC, you might not be able to handle shaders. But if you have a low to mid end PC, you should be able to handle these shaders just fine. I have a mid end PC and they run fine. Alright, so in this part of the video, we will be talking about OCam settings. Now, the reason I use OCam and not something like OBS is because OCam just runs smoother, especially if you have a low-end PC. And it also is much easier to manage. It doesn't have that much in-depth settings and stuff. So yeah, this is up to you. If you want to record your game sounds, you can. If not, whatever. Microphone, put this to your main microphone. For me, it's the Fine microphone. Now, go to Menu, Options, go to Record, go to General. Check include the cursor if you want to include the cursor in your recordings. You most likely do. Uncheck always on top. Check use tray icon and uncheck these two boxes. These two options make it so that the app could run in the background and hog your CPU, and you don't want that. Then the FPS. This is very important. If you have a low to mid end PC, put it at 60. If you have a mid to high end PC, put it at 120. The max it can go is 144, but yeah, I'd recommend either 60 or 120. Don't put it below 60, because then the renders we'll do later won't look good on it. Now for the quality, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't change your frames or anything. I just put it to very high, but yeah, it doesn't really change your frames or anything. For game, you can check show FPS overlay if you want to. It just shows your FPS in game. But yeah, for this calculate FPS interval, just leave this the same, 200 and round. I haven't had any problems with this. Go to resize, click resize the video. Put this to your monitor's resolution. But if your resolution is just 1080p like mine, put it to 1920 by 1080, which is 1080p. If you have a low end PC, put it to 720p. But most of you guys should be able to manage 1080p fine. Alright, now what you want to do is you want to click on codecs, put this to MP4, and if you have an NVIDIA GPU, set this to NVIDIA NVENC H.264, and if you don't have an NVIDIA GPU, put this to open.h.264. Alright, so now I'm going to be discussing the editing software side of this video. Now, your editing software does not matter too much, but it's good to have some basic settings. So, all you got to do is make sure your resolution is set to 1920 by 1080. Or if you're making a YouTube short or TikTok, set it to 1080 by 1920. So basically just flip the resolution. I can do this in DaVinci Resolve by just checking, going to File, Project Settings, use vertical resolution, apply. For you it might be different though. And for the frame rate, you just gotta set it to 60. And yeah, that's it. For the quality, you just put it to the highest, I guess. It doesn't really matter. But yeah. Alright, so this is the part that matters the most. This is render settings. Now I'm using Techno's Blur, which is by far the best render tool I've used. It's like one of the only render tools I've used, but it is by far the best. To render something, you just want to search up, install the software first, and just search up Blur, then just drag the file in here. Now we're going to be focusing on the settings. So for the blur amount, you want to put anywhere between 1.2 and 1.7, no more or less than that. For the blur output, you want to put either 60 or 120. For the interpolated FPS, you want to put either 10 or 20x. For the quality, you want to put 20 to 25. For the brightness, you want to put 1, saturation 1, contrast 1, GPU interpolation true, GPU rendering. If your GPU supports it, put it on true. put GPU type to whatever your GPU is, put file container, put this to MP4 if you want it, if just like an MP4 file format is good. So yeah.
Hey Ross, sauce it up.
Pull up in a riot, painted with some decals. I ain't never stopped, can't be trusting any females. Got a shorty blog,